In this video, let's review the book Azure for .NET Core Developers. This is written by Kasam Ahmad Sheikh. Okay, let's see. This is published by BPB Publications India. So let's see how this book is. So the quality of the pages are okay, good, and you can see here it's having 7 chapters. The first chapter is having the basics, and we have here all these 7 chapters. Here the author has implemented Azure App Services with MVC applications, MVC application. Okay, so let's see how this chapter 1 is. So there are table of contents, you can see here Azure ecosystem, everything. Actually this book is also for the people who are preparing for the exam AZ 900, because it contains a lot of fundamentals one by one. Okay, so let's see here how is this Azure ecosystem explained here. So here basically we can see the introduction to Azure and some of the basic concepts of cloud and how this Azure can be classified into categories. The services here integration platform as a service, IPaaS, here blockchain as a service, you can see. Okay, desktop as a service, DaaS. So here you can see at present there are 55 regions worldwide and is growing faster rate. This information is also updated. The recent the news was in the country of Israel also this Azure they are going to implement. Here I found that they have given about AZ 900, but here they have not given any link here. The maybe due to printing mistake the link has been missing here. Okay, the others must be take care of this in the next edition. Okay, then next the image quality in the first few pages are very bad because I can't see clearly the images here. So this is one point to be noted. And this note everything, these are very nice points they have mentioned in this note here. And coming to this, they have explained about ARM templates and Azure PowerShell, everything is there here. And after every chapter they have given some questions here which will be help in interviews, list any 3 Azure services under IaaS models offerings, explain the working with Azure CLI. These may help us in interviews. Okay, they also given prerequisites and setup for the development in Azure. Okay, clearly they have explained. They have given short URLs to download the Visual Studio and other softwares. Let's go and see what's the next chapter. So here the next chapter is my app on cloud, Microsoft Azure. Okay, so here they explained about why is app service is so much popular, because they can host their applications using the Azure app service. Now the Azure app service on Linux they have explained here, and they have clearly in here how to create an ASP.NET Core web app. Here in all the nice steps they have given here. This core ASP.NET Core means it follows MVC. So other also used here MVC mod controller framework, if you check here. So these publishing steps and these screenshots are nice to follow, and an Azure developer can get some good idea on how to publish these web apps using Azure. Okay, here they have mentioned how to create an app, service plan, everything. Okay, let's see, let's explore some other structure. Okay, so here they will be having a publish profile settings in of app service, and it will be having an extension dot publish settings file, because all these things are neatly detailedly explained here, and how we can deploy these using FTP, everything is mentioned in this book. So if you follow these screenshots and the steps nicely given by the author, you can easily come to know how to deploy all these web apps using the FTP. Okay, so here they actually we can deploy our files using FTP if it is a small like application, but if it's if there are a number of applications, they also explained we can use CI/CD, like continuous integration and continuous deployment using some repositories like GitHub here. Okay, we have also this is comes under DevOps, the CI/CD means DevOps generally. So they have explained here few things, few steps how to implement that. Okay, at the end the author has given nice conclusions about every chapter. You can see here. So he has also given some questions which will helpful for us interviews. Okay, the next chapter here he explained about the application backend with Azure Cosmos DB, and he explained the introduction to Cosmos DB here, and how we can work with Cosmos DB and the blocks development and basic CRUD operations. So I can see here the titles: Introduction to Azure Cosmos DB, Working with Cosmos DB, but this blocks development and basic CRUD operation, these things has been they have not mentioned anywhere as a titles here. That must be taken care by the author or the publisher. Anyways, but they have given here the steps how to work with these blobs and the basic CRUD operations here in nice screenshots. They have given the MVC .NET Core code also here, you can see. So here they explained in all these screenshots nicely. So let's see what's there in the next chapter, and this all contains the application backend with Azure Cosmos DB here. Here in the conclusion, the author is mentioning like, in this chapter you have studied what Azure Cosmos DB is, how to create and manage the resource and work with CRUD operations. I will recommend you to explore more on consistency levels in Azure Cosmos DB along with an interview tip. Also, advice to you will be to repeat the exercise detailed in the chapter to make yourself more confident to work with Azure Cosmos DB. Okay, so I think if we follow whatever the conclusions given by the author, it will be good for us as a Azure developer. Okay, the questions also very nice. What are the key benefits of Azure Cosmos DB? What are the different consistency levels in Cosmos DB? What is the default consistency level in Azure Cosmos DB. What do you mean by sharding of database? Can you use the graph database in Azure Cosmos DB? Explain the difference between NoSQL and relational databases. These are some of the important interview questions. So next, there is a chapter 4, working with Microsoft Azure storage. Okay, this is also very nice, nicely explained by the author, with all the basic Azure storage services here: blobs, files, and Azure queues, tables, everything. And he also explained here a few basic things about Azure, like a resource group, all those things. So here the replication they have explained, and we have LRS, ZRS, all these things, locally redundant storage, zone redundant storage, all they have been explained. These points are very much important in AZ 900 exam also. They also here clearly explained about how to make a public endpoint, how to allows all the networks to connect to the storage, and public endpoint selected networks, how to configure that, and how to configure this private endpoint. It enables you to create a private endpoint to allow private connection to the resource. All these are nicely explained with the screenshots. Okay, then coming to the other chapter, they have given about the create a container, how we can create a container in Azure, and how to set the access policies, uploading file as blob here. Okay, so it's nice. And in the conclusion is one which will give us more insights on that particular chapter, and also the questions which will be helpful in our interviews. So going to the next chapter, this is a very good chapter to see, working with Microsoft Azure Storage's hosting options. Generally we will host our websites in GoDaddy or any other hosting services, but as now Azure is growing fast, many companies are hosting their options in Azure. So this is a trending one, and here they have clearly explained about introduction to Microsoft Azure Storage static website option. Microsoft Azure offers a super cool feature with Microsoft Azure Storage named as static website. It enables you to host static content in blob. Content can be any files: HTML, JavaScript, CSS, or image files. Any files with client-side scripting can be used as content to host. At the time of writing, the server side is not yet supported. Okay, that must be taken care. And also he explained about the Angular, React JS, and Redux application host on Azure Storage account and as a static website. Here you can see the screenshots. So, and coming to this, here they have explained how to enable static website. Here all these basic concepts which must be knowing for an Azure developer. And in the conclusion they have explained here the easiest way to host your application with static content on public cloud Microsoft Azure. The best part is this feature comes with no charge. Okay, expect the storage consumption charges. So these things must be known to the Azure developer. Okay, and coming to the chapter 6, it's about security application secret keys with Azure. You already know all these security things will be handled by Azure Key Vault, and these things can be used in the Azure App Services. Here we can get an overview here about the Azure Key Vault. Azure Key Vault is a cloud service offered by Microsoft Azure, especially used to manage keys, secrets, and certificates. Key Vault eradicates the need for developers to store security information in their code. Okay, so they have explained here everything nicely with the screenshots. As I told in the beginning, the screenshots are not clarity. Now the screens here in this chapter is nice and looking clear. So you can see here Key Vault access policies to web app. Okay, here you can see app service configuration, and they explained how we can working with the service, and here they explained how to read the key from app configuration. Okay, you can check this, and they have given the output here after running the application. Here it is displaying I am coming from the app configuration. So these are again these questions. And coming to the chapter 7, steps towards serverless approach with Azure Functions, which is very popular in Azure. So they have mentioned here the Azure Functions is the best choice for architects during solving microservices architecture. So the other mentions here that for the microservices architecture, these Azure Functions are the best choice. Okay, we can build a stateless architecture using Azure Functions APIs, but it does allow building a stateful architecture. Apart from this stateless architecture, we can also build stateful architecture in Azure with session management by using something called durable functions. Apart from the Azure Functions, maybe there is a stateful architecture related functions known as durable functions. So this is other mentioning like this is one of his favorite interview questions. Okay, so you can also explore this and configure these Azure functions, and also they have mentioned here how to debug this C# Azure function on local environment. So this is a very good one to explore, because in many interviews they will ask this question, how in how many ways these Azure functions can be debugged. So normally we can debug on live, or we can debug in a local environment. Somehow there is a space or a screenshot is missing, I hope here. So talk with Azure Storage X. Okay, this is a nice one of the concepts. So the screens, the pictures needs to be little bit thick so that it will be easy for us to read in the night time light, under the light. And now move on cloud here. Azure Function app is part of the Azure app service, comes with an amazing pricing option. This plan ensures to get a bill on execution time, as when an Azure function is executed you will be charged only for that period of time, unlike app service monthly plan. These things are nicely mentioned by the author here, which will give us clarity on the charges of in the Azure. And also as I told before here, he clearly explains about live debugging of Azure function here. So I think live debugging means they will attach the debugger here, as yes, they are attaching the debugger here. So it's nice. Here they explain the questions, explain serverless, what are the bindings, triggers in Azure functions, and also what are durable functions. And these are good questions for the people who are want to get through as a Azure developer, or who wants to appear for the Azure developer interviews. Okay, this book, I recommend this book to be go through by all the Azure developers, or the people who are coming from the .NET and wants to do Azure programming and want to settle as Azure core developers. Okay, so this is also cost just 4.99. If you go to the BPP publications website, maybe see there will be some discount. This is a good try this book, which will give us some good clarity on what's happening with the Azure. Okay, thanks for watching this video. I will come up with another book review. Thank you.